And of course, if you couldn't tell, fall is here and football season is well underway. This morning, we are joined with Ansley Watson to talk to us about how the seasons have started out for some of our local college teams. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. I'm in Houghton and Michigan Tech's campus, standing in the Student Development Complex, where later in the hour we will be talking to the football coach. Now, the football team has done quite well already this season. They've already ranked number 15 in the national polls for D2 football. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to keep that momentum going. We're also going to be talking about their game this weekend. It's against their rival Northern Michigan University, and we're just going to talk a little bit about how to prep and how to approach for that game. Stay with us. Reporting live in Houghton, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Ansley. And I know everybody's going to be looking forward to the weekend. Of course, got that big football game in Tech, and that one not in the dome, so they're hoping for some good weather for that. If you didn't know, Michigan Tech's football team is starting off the season pretty strong with a little bit of a winning streak going. Ansley Watson joins us this morning to talk more about the team's success and preparing for the next big game. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Sam. The football team here at Michigan Tech has done quite well already this season. They came home with a win from Saginaw Valley State University this past weekend. Joining me this morning is the head coach of the team, Coach Curley. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Well, it's my pleasure, Ansley. I'm always up at this time, but you know, for you guys, we'll make a special occasion out of it.
Great. Now, talking about that Saginaw game, that was a special game for you guys to win, wasn't it?
Well, it was. We had not won down there as a university since 1995. I had never been fortunate enough personally to win down there. It was a game that we, prepped with our kids. The other thing that was kind of special, it was a red feather game, which is goes way back to 1957, and in the legend Coach Kelly, who they've named the stadium after at Central Michigan University, started that game as kind of a fundraiser. And each year whoever wins that game gets a trophy that they get to keep. So anytime you play for a trophy, you got to be happy, especially when you get to put it on your bus and bring it home across the bridge.
And you guys are undefeated. How are you going to keep that momentum going?
Well, our players have done a really good job, we think, of keeping all the noise, all the stuff away from them, and just trying to play each week and go 1-0. We did a real good job with that last year, and it's kind of carried over, where you try to take all the, the extracurriculars, all the stuff out of it, and just concentrate that week, and prepare for whoever you're playing, and try to be 1-0 that week.
Now, your quarterback is not new to the team, but new to the position, correct?
Right. Brandon Cowley came here as a quarterback, but we were fortunate to have Tyler Scarlett, who broke every record that we've had. And after his second year, we approached Brandon about getting him on the field because he was just such a good athlete. And he made the transition to wide receiver. And he played 2 years at wide receiver and was an all-conference player. When Tyler left after last fall, we gave Brandon the opportunity to think about it over Christmas break, whether he wanted to move back to quarterback or stay at wide receiver. He chose in January, came in and said, I'd like a chance to be the quarterback, and has walked right in, jumped into our one huddle, had a great spring. Right now I think he's leading the world in completion percentage. He's over 70% completion. Fortunately, hasn't thrown an interception yet, so we're very pleased with his play.
Now, is this a young team, or are the boys meshing together?
Well, we play, but we take 14 seniors, on our roster. I think 7 or 8 of those play. We've got a real large sophomore class. I think last week when we took 50-some on the road, I think 24 of those young people were sophomores. So we've got a lot of young people that are starting to play. And last year we played 13 redshirt freshmen, and now 7 more of those are playing. So that's a big class for us.
All right, thank you, Coach. Stay with us. We'll talk more about how Michigan Tech's doing with their football season. Reporting live in Houghton, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, having some fun there this morning, Ansley. And of course, Cassie, like we were talking about, that game's coming up this weekend up at Michigan Tech, and everyone's going to be watching the weather forecast. Well, Michigan Tech's football team, if you didn't know, they're undefeated this year. TV6's Ansley Watson is there live to talk to Tech more about that. And of course, if you can't make it to the game this weekend, you can catch them live on TV6 Saturday at 7 p.m. But for more on what's going on right now, Ansley, how's it looking?
It's looking good, Sam. The Huskies are undefeated. They're having a very successful year so far. To talk more about the team in general, joining me is Coach Curley. Good morning.
Good morning, Ansley.
So we're standing in the Sports Hall of Fame here at Michigan Tech, surrounded by, and you guys have a big game coming up this weekend, Northern Michigan.
That's what they say. Yeah, it's a great rivalry. You know, it's a clean rivalry. You get a lot of kids that have played with each other or against each other in high school. You know, everybody knows everybody. You know they're too deep. They know are too deep. You know, it's a situation I can't ever remember since I've been involved in an unsportsmanlike penalty. You know, I mean, the kids played hard. You know, if you win it, you get the trophy. If you lose, you shake their hand and get ready to play it a year from now.
And a lot of UP boys make up your team. Talk to me about that.
Well, we've got, I think, about 22 on our roster from the Upper Peninsula. On defense, you know, we'll start Paul Coppola from Iron Mountain as our linebacker, all-conference player. Brett Gervais from Lake Linden starts for us in the secondary from Lake Linden, all-conference player. Also, Cody Goldsworthy from Lance starts for us at defensive end. On offense, Ian Winke from Kingsford is our tight end, and Alex Sherbanow from Marquette is our fullback. And on our two deep, we also have David Fallish from Escanaba as a wide receiver, Eric Kostriva from Ishpeming as a running back, Joe Awanaki from Marquette as a center, Hilding Bodwine from Kingsford is a defensive lineman for us, and Jeremy Bell from Negaunee. So that's a lot of towns that are represented by players on our roster.
You guys have hit number 15 on the national polls for D2 football. What kind of encouragement has that been to your team?
Well, we try to throw that out. You know, that really doesn't matter because all it takes is one bad night and one loss, and that 15 goes down to, left the pool, if you would. So, we try to just play each week, the best we can, and all that stuff, if you play well, that stuff, ends up, at the end for you.
All right, Coach, thanks again for joining us. You want to catch the game this Saturday at 7 here at Michigan Tech, broadcasted on TV6, reporting live in Houghton, Ansley Watson. We'll be back with more of your TV6 morning news after the break.